Yo, what's up internet? My name is Anthony, and with the Chargers and Raiders both winning, the AFC West just got a lot more interesting. I thought I'd take a look at how each team has done so far, and look at the positives and negatives, as well as predict where they'll be at the end of the season. Let's go. We start by reviewing the Chiefs. Their 5-2 record overall, 1-1 in division, winning in LA and losing in Oakland. There is some panicking about the Chiefs losing 2 in a row. The nice part is, they played on Thursday night, which gives them a mini bye week. Andy Reid is dominant when given extra time to prepare, as evidenced by his record coming off of a bye. They still hold a 2-game advantage over the rest of the division, with all remaining division games coming at home and one against the Broncos in Mile High. For the positives, Alex Smith is playing out of his mind right now. If the MVP race ended now, he might even win it. The Chiefs have dominated coming out of the gate, dominating the Patriots on their home field. Kareem Hunt is Rookie of the Year right now, and the entire offense is clicking. Andy Reid is doing a great coaching job, and this team won't beat themselves. This team is balanced on offense and defense, and has tons of talent on both sides of the ball. For the negatives, biggest concern is the secondary outside of Marcus Peters, specifically the safety play. Losing Eric Berry will hurt any defense, but the replacements have struggled. Berry shut down Rob Gronkowski, and Sorensen and Murray haven't been able to cover much. If the pass rush doesn't get home, yards can be had. On offense, I just don't trust Alex Smith to play like this all year long. He's played like a game manager his entire career before suddenly being aggressive and taking shots down the field. My guts tell me he'll revert back to his check-down self later in the season. Also, I don't know how long Kareem Hunt can hold this up. He's gone for over 100 scrimmage yards each game and has been awesome. However, he is a rookie, and the Chiefs might be depending on him a little too much. There's always concern about him hitting a rookie wall and running out of gas. Running backs in general wear down, let alone a rookie. The concerns on offense are all projection though, so nothing is proven. For the prediction, I have the Chiefs winning this division. They currently hold a 2-game advantage with 9 games left to go. More importantly, they still have all their division games to play at home, and Arrowhead is a dangerous home field advantage. Andy Reid is the best coach outside of Bill Belichick and always has his team in the position to win. More importantly, they don't beat themselves and will win the games they're supposed to. And now we move on to the Broncos. The Broncos are 3-3 overall and 2-1 in the division. They've beaten the Chargers and the Raiders at home before losing to the Chargers in LA this past weekend. They only hold a half-game advantage for second place and are a game and a half behind the Chiefs. They've lost 2 in a row and need a win to get going again. For the biggest positive, the defense. Plain and simple. They're the dominant number 1 defense that we all remember. They create scores and are nearly impossible to score on. Von Miller and the pass rush is ferocious, and the run defense isn't letting any yards through. The entire defense from front to back is great and will always keep this team in games. For the next positive, I'm not saying he's great, but Trevor Siemian is a viable starting quarterback in the NFL. He keeps the team in check and only takes chances when needed. For the most part, he doesn't turn the ball over and knows that the punt isn't the worst thing with this defense. He's not a game changer, but is a good enough quarterback for this team. For the biggest negative, the offensive line is still a problem. The right tackle spot in particular is a rotating door, and the left tackle is being played by a rookie. On Sunday, the duo of Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa wreaked havoc on the Broncos offense. They couldn't get anything going and was held to 0 points. Until the offensive line figures it out, this team is going to struggle and put the entire game on the defense. Also, I don't trust this team away from Mile High. In particular, Trevor Siemian. I know it's weird having him as a positive and negative, but he seems like a whole other player on the road. He tends to panic quicker and gets caught up in the crowd noise. The main problem is, there's no viable alternative. We know Brock Osweiler and Paxton Lynch is hurt. Neither were starting quarterbacks anyway and lost out to Trevor Siemian. For the prediction, I honestly see this team at around 500. They will win the games at home and lose on the road. The defense is going to be elite like the Super Bowl year, but the offense just doesn't work. Siemian is not the long-term answer, but the offensive line is the real concern. As great as the defense and wide receivers are, they can't make up for the bad offensive line. It doesn't matter if a healthy Aaron Rodgers is back there if the line can't block better. In third place, we have the LA Chargers. The Chargers started off by going 0-4 before winning 3 in a row and now sit in a position to make some noise. They're 3-4 overall with a 2-2 record in the division. They beat the Raiders in Oakland and beat the Broncos at home this weekend. This team is talented and can make plenty of noise in the playoffs. The pass rushing duo of Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram are as expected, and this team is finally showing what they can do. For the biggest positive, Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa are amazing. They get to the quarterback early and often and can change the outcome of games by themselves. They can make up for a ton of weaknesses and held Trevor Siemian hostage on Sunday. They lead the league in quarterback pressure as a duo and are key to the Chargers' recent resurgence. On offense, the Chargers seem to realize they need to get the ball to Melvin Gordon. He's a true workhorse back and needs to be involved early and often. Phillip Rivers is still the quarterback that we all know, even though he's getting up there in age. He gets the ball in the hands of his playmakers, and there are plenty of weapons for him to throw to. For the biggest negative, the Chargers' run defense is the worst in the league. For some reason, the Broncos abandoned it quick last game. The Chargers must improve in the middle of the defense, particularly at linebacker. Running the ball really slows the pass rush down and gets the defense tired. They are the worst in the NFL at stopping the run and allow gashes. They must figure a way to keep the defenses on 3rd and long and unleash the pass rush. Also, I don't trust the offensive line. They are new and none of them are particularly talented. Rivers and Gordon can make up for a lot of deficiencies on the line, but it doesn't change the fact that the line isn't very good. Last year, they held Rivers hostage and has improved though. In the long run, I just don't trust this group to hold up and protect Phillip Rivers. As a bonus negative, the team has no home field advantage. The saying is, win at home and steal games on the road. The problem is, they get booed and have no crowd noise to help out the defense. This can take the toll on a talented team in the long run. There really is no remedy for this, and the Chargers need to win to get things going. For the prediction, I see this team getting close to winning a wild card, but ultimately falling short. I just don't have faith in the Chargers winning anything close. Maybe it's just me being hopeful, but they seem to find a way to lose. The problem with this team isn't talent. In fact, if they find a kicker and a few things go their way, they could arguably be 5-2 or better right now. Lastly, and in 4th place, we have my Oakland Raiders. They're 3-4 and 1-2 in the division. They lost to the Broncos on the road and the Chargers at home. Most importantly, they beat the best team in the division in the Chiefs at home. This team looked fantastic in the beginning before losing 4 in a row. They beat the Chiefs to essentially save their season, but have very little margin for error going forward. For the biggest positive, and maybe it's just me, this team looks like the team from last year during the Chiefs game. In nearly every aspect of that game, they look like the elite team from last year. If there was such a thing as a game that turned the season around, that was it. It was just one game, and it was on Thursday night, but that win was huge for a team with its back against the wall. With all the gloom during the 4-game losing streak, let's remember, the Raiders started at 2-0 and looked like the team we all imagined coming into the season. The team was dominant and winning games by relative ease. This team has shown signs of the team we all think of last year. Talent is not the problem at all with this team, especially on the offense. Khalil Mack is a world beater and is a one-man wrecking crew on defense. For the biggest negative, the Chiefs game was just one game and it could just be a one-game wonder. They have looked absolutely terrible in their 4-game losing streak, and more importantly, Derek Carr got hurt and everything suffered. The offense and Amari Cooper looked nothing like the offense we imagined heading into the year. They were not able to score points like expected, and the offensive line couldn't block anybody. More importantly, the defense is worrisome. The defensive line is good, but the back 7 is a huge concern. The Raiders spent a lot of resources in the offseason looking to improve the defense, and it doesn't look like it got any better. While the offense has talent and has produced before, the defense has not. In fact, they consist of Khalil Mack, and he's the only proven player. Until the defense produces, the offense will have to win games by shootout every time. Now for the prediction. It could just be me being overly optimistic, but I feel the win on Thursday night against the Chiefs was a season changer. It was an absolute must-win, and a loss would have meant the end of the season. More importantly, it looked like the team from last year is back. I predict this team makes the playoffs as a wild card. The offense is too talented, and Carr will have to carry the team again. The defense will ultimately decide how far this team goes. And there you guys have it. I still have the Chiefs winning this division, but who do you think is going to win the division? Also, which AFC West team do you think will make the playoffs as well? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.